my wedding night, I stumbled into the bridal chamber drunk and passed out. I woke up to find my gorgeous mother-in-law lying next to me. My wife stormed in and slapped me, yelling, "You animal! Have you no shame? We just got married today, and you go after my mom?" I snapped awake and saw a woman sitting on the other side of the bed. She was disheveled, sobbing into her hands. I rubbed my eyes, utterly confused. It was my wife's mother. My mother-in-law, Bai Ningbing, is actually very attractive. Pao is my wife and not that old. She had my wife, Liu Ruyan, at 18, so she's just over 40 now, standing together with Li Ruyan. People think they're sisters, not mother and daughter. But I swear, I never had any improper thoughts about her. Not once. I have no idea why she was in our bridal suite. I don't remember anything happening between us. Most importantly, I am 100% sure it was Liu Ruyan I was with. I clearly remember her helping me into the room. Then, naturally, what's going on? I asked, dazed. You tell me. Feng Yuan, stop playing dumb. My wife roared and tried to slap me again. I grabbed her hand. Wait, let's figure this out. I licked my lips and spoke seriously. There must be a misunderstanding. I don't remember this and I never do it. Before I finished, my mother-in-law burst into tears. With a cry, my wife's hand came down hard, caught in the act. And you still deny it? I was blind to marry such a beast. Still furious, she switched from slapping to scratching. Her sharp nails raked my face. I yelped and let go of her hand. I covered my face full of doubt. Tonight reeked of a setup. Nothing made sense. But before I could think, my wife started using her teeth and aimed below my chest. I couldn't take it. I clamped my legs and grabbed her hands. Okay, I was wrong. Calm down. She finally stopped, panting. She asked, "Do you admit it?" Blinking her red eyes, I gritted my teeth. I admit it. She snorted angrily. Then what are you going to do? I hesitated, and her face twisted again. I nodded helplessly. Whatever you say, I'll do whatever you want. As I said that, my mother-in-law's sobbing stopped, and my wife's face instantly lit up with a smile. I even saw a flicker of joy in her eyes. She looked down at me. "Feng Yuan, I'll give you two choices. 1, I call the cops and you go to jail. 2, we haven't registered the marriage yet, right? Tomorrow, you marry my mom." Her demand hit me like a thunderbolt. I barely said no before she beat and cursed me out. She let me take nothing but my underwear. She warned me to think it over in a week, or else we'd meet at the police station. I stood in a dark corner, hugging myself. Luckily, it was summer. The night was chilly, but bearable. Meanwhile, I was full of doubts. The whole thing, including my wife and mother-in-law's attitude, all wrong. But not the time or place. I hailed a cab and jumped in. The driver gave me a weird look. I didn't care. I asked to borrow his phone and told my buddy to meet me. When I got there, he was shocked. "Aren't you supposed to be at your wedding? What happened?" They sighed and paid the fare. Upstairs, he couldn't wait to ask. "What's up? Scratched and bitten? Kicked out? Did you fail on your wedding night?" I wish. I told him everything. He was stunned, staring at me for a full minute. Then he sighed. "Man, stop joking. Analyze this for me. What's going on?" My buddy wanted to be a detective. Failed. So he became a paparazzo. Got fired for being too nosy. Paparazzo fired for being too nosy. That takes talent. He dug up too many scandals. Even his boss feared for his life. Now serious, he asked, "So your wife and mother-in-law set you up?" I nodded reluctantly. It's the only explanation. Too many clues. A setup is the only logical answer. But why? He rubbed his chin. Using their own wedding as a trap and involving his mom? No, I cut him off. Nothing happened with her. It doesn't matter if it did or not. Breaking a woman's defenses is mental, not physical. If they set this up, they'd even sacrifice her body. And she pushed for the marriage license. Her mom didn't object. I fell silent. He patted my shoulder. "It's late. You're exhausted. Stay here tonight." "Don't worry. I've got this. I'll get to the bottom of it." He kept his word. Next morning, he started investigating out early and back late. But things changed on day 5. He called me. His voice was serious. "Did you sleep with your mother-in-law? Tell me the truth. This is important. Did you sleep with her? Tell me the truth. This is important." I thought hard. And no, absolutely not. Maybe I hugged her in my sleep. Husbands hug wives in bed. That's normal. He'd understand. But he yelled, "Your wife just called. Said your mother-in-law is pregnant. A hug gets you pregnant? What a joke!" He sat across from me, his face dark. He'd rushed back after the call. But once home, he said nothing. "Do you believe me? Do you think I'm that kind of person?" I broke the silence. "Of course I believe you're not lying." He sighed too. He put his phone in front of me. "Your wife just sent this." It showed my mother-in-law's the early pregnancy on the test result. Hit me like a thunderbolt. It can't be mine. It's only been 5 days. Even if pregnant, how could it show? It's a blood test. I asked a friend, and it's true. It can detect pregnancy in 5 days. Most people aren't that eager. They'd wait for a urine test. No need for blood. My friend's words were meaningful. My heart was bitter. After it happened, I seemed completely unaffected. I even joked around with my friend as usual, but he knew my sorrow. After all, what man can be indifferent to betrayal by his closest? I loved Lily and deeply. On the wedding day, I swore before all the guests. I swore to be good to my wife forever. She swore to hold my hand and grow old with me. But Liu Muyan, is this how you treat vows and marriage? Swearing while plotting against me, then stabbing me in the back on the wedding night. No time for that now. The priority is solving the immediate crisis. It's tricky. My friend was serious. I pulled myself together. I visited some wedding guests these days. I ask around indirectly. I also got the surveillance near your new home. It's confirmed. Your wife entered the bridal chamber with you. Actually, after you got drunk, she helped you in. Your mother-in-law entertained the guests. Then, everyone left. What happened among you three? No one knows, but no one left the house. Also, your wife didn't drink that day. You drank for her. Your mother-in-law didn't drink either. So both were sober. Only you were drunk. I nodded silently. His findings just confirmed it was a setup by my wife and mother-in-law. I knew that already. Nothing new. I planned to find a breakthrough to solve most of it. No need to dig for motives, as I have proof you were incapacitated. No need to dig for motives, as I have proof you were incapacitated. You couldn't act. They were sober. So many accusations don't hold. But things have changed. You must go to the hospital now. Go to the hospital? For what? I couldn't follow her to confirm if your mother-in-law is really pregnant and the timing and method. If true, it's solid evidence of assault. He sighed. Even with your reasons, it's useless. You might face jail time. I rushed to the hospital. I found the doctor who examined my mother-in-law using the test slip. I made up a story. She was assaulted but wouldn't talk. I wanted justice for her. That reason resonated with the female doctor. She angrily revealed the situation. The patient is indeed pregnant. I'm sure it's very early. At most a week. Her words chilled me. The timeline matches. My wife planned it so precisely. But there's still a chance. I asked doctor, can you tell if it's a natural pregnancy or artificial insemination? That's what I need to know. It's key to my wife and mother-in-law's motives. The doctor gave me a strange look. Clearly, this question had nothing to do with the assault. But female solidarity made her answer. If within 2 or 3 days, traces on the body, like bruising, tearing, or secretions, can confirm it. But that window has passed. Based on my experience, it's likely natural conception. Why? For older women with declining health, natural conception is actually more successful than artificial. Lubrication and condition greatly affect cell survival. Plus hormone secretion all need marital intimacy to trigger. These are all triggered by marital intimacy, things artificial lacks. I was stunned. Did my mother-in-law have a secret? I don't remember leaving the hospital. My buddy's call snapped me out of it. How is it? I felt a chill despite the heat. 2 facts confirmed. Pregnancy is real, under a week. Second, it's natural, not artificial. Holy shit, my buddy cursed and fell silent. I said nothing. The implications were huge. Too much for me to process. I don't believe the baby is mine, but she is pregnant. I stood frozen. My buddy coughed. You were drinking that day. Forgetting something like that is normal. I felt cold all over. I was almost sure it happened. But why set me up? High cost means they want a big return. What do they want from me? Did you piss them off? My buddy finally asked. No, I shook my head. Then, is it your money? He wasn't sure. Unlikely, I denied again. He got annoyed. Damn, I hate figuring out motives, especially women's. Not revenge, not the money. Why go through this drama? For your young, strong body, to serve both mother and daughter? His bluntness didn't offend me. I understood his frustration. Women's thinking differs from men's. Women's thinking differs greatly from men's. Many ideas seem irrational to men. That's why his investigation avoided motives. He knew it'd be a minefield, but against his will, he ended up on that path. Those 3 options were the most logical he could think of. None fit. I've known my wife less than a year. We were strangers before. No old grudges I forgot. Since we've been together, I have spoiled her. Mine are spats, so sure, but nothing to warrant crazy revenge. Money? My family is comfortable, not rich. Just middle class. My wife even used her dowry for our house. Though that's because her mom lives with us. If she were a gold digger, there are easier legal ways. No need to drag her mom into it. As for my health, that's a joke. My mother-in-law isn't old. She never lacks suitors, including young guys. If needed, she can bring home a fitness trainer. much fitter than me. The main thing is, my mother-in-law and wife aren't loose women. I say you should just turn yourself in. I shouldn't have gotten involved in your mess. My buddy vented again, then changed the subject. Fine, bad luck. I'll find a friend to check on your wife, see what I can find. As for you, it's time to talk to them. I went home, stood at the wedding room door. Emotions mixed, took a deep breath, finally rang the bell. The door opened, we both froze. It was my mother-in-law. Seeing me, she panicked, and I was awkward. Since that night, I don't know how to face her. I looked away, mumbled. Is Rayan home? She's not answering. In the bedroom, she said, then hurried to her room. The bedroom door swung open. Liu Ruyan glared. Why sneak here? Planning something despicable again. I got angry. Why can't I come home? I paid for this house too. Fine. My wife sneered. I'll move out with mom. No. I had to bow. She held the cards. I forced a smile. Rian, don't be mad. Let's talk. She snorted. Sat on the sofa. Coley said, talk about what? Will you marry mom? Still thinking. Seeing her frown, I quickly soothed. I need time to adjust. What suggest? You are a man. No loss. Seeing her soften, I pressed on. I heard your mom's pregnant. Yes, she smirked. I braced myself. Are you planning a medical abortion or surgical? Why do you care? It's none of your business, she mocked. We're not aborting. We're keeping it. What? I was stunned. She enjoyed my shock for a minute, then slowly said, this bastard is your evidence. Why would we abort? Feng Yuan, did you think we'd abort so you could deny it? Do we look that stupid? Enough, Feng Yuan. I don't have time. Since you did this vile thing, be prepared. Either marry mom quietly, or be prepared. Either marry mom quietly, or see you at the police station in 2 days. Good thing in card. Now get out of my house. Mom and I don't want to see you. Days, I was kicked out again. Out the door under the blazing sun. I felt ice cold. I thought of everything, but not that they'd actually keep the baby. I never saw it coming. As my buddy and I analyzed, higher cost means bigger gain. My mother-in-law risked her body, reputation, now added heavy weight. She looks young, but she's 40. A high-risk pregnancy, even life-threatening. With all this cost, what do they want? But I brightened a bit. The trip wasn't a total loss. At least I got a key piece of info. I pulled out my phone to call my buddy. I've got a new discovery. I'm just a pawn in their plan. Kid, the child is the real key. The living room was smoky. My buddy's eyes were red, smoking, listening to my phone recording. The recording was short. My wife and I barely spoke, but my buddy frowned. He listened to it over and over. Did you get a premarital checkup? He suddenly asked. Didn't I show you the report? I snapped. You didn't give me all of it. You're missing a page. I glared. That page is my privacy. Do I have to tell you everything about my junk? Want to see it? I'll show you right now. That's not necessary, he chuckled. We finally relaxed a bit. It got serious. Your wife's report wasn't as detailed as yours. I didn't look closely. Not as detailed. I didn't look closely. After all, it's about your wife. Better to ask you, is your wife functional? You mean, can she have kids? Yes, I answered without hesitation. Then it's weird. If they wanted to use your kid for something, why not just have him? Why involve the mom? He slapped his thigh. Damn, I think I've got something. What is it? I asked eagerly. He started to speak, but he hesitated. He glanced at me cautiously. Listen, help me piece this together. Today, he had a friend dig into your wife's background. Turns out her identity isn't simple. She's from a wealthy family. Her dad is the famous local entrepreneur, Liu Jiangwu. Ever heard of him? He asked, eyes intense. I was stunned. I think so. A listed company CEO, a billionaire, got caught for fraud. Company seized. Died in prison. Old memory surfaced. The name Liu Jiangwu was indeed familiar. He was from poverty, self-made, the richest man in town. Many looked up to him, including me. But it's been years. No one mentions him anymore. I was surprised my wife's dad was that famous. He's been dead over 20 years. Don't tell me he's connected to this. I looked at him skeptically. Of course he is. I got his prison records from a guard friend. Turns out you have the same blood type, similar height, even look alike. He tossed over a photo. It was a middle-aged man, black and white. But I could tell immediately. He did look a lot like me. A chill ran down my spine. I stared at him. What are you trying to say? He was excited. Based on all this, plus your wife and mother-in-law's identities, I have a theory. You are Liu Jiangguo's illegitimate son. I was stunned. You mean my wife is my sister? And my mother-in-law is my stepmom? Are you crazy? Hold on, think it through yourself. Makes sense? Nonsense? I've had it. Even if you're right, I am Liu Jiangguo's bastard. My sister marries me, my stepmom has my kid. For what? What's it got to do with this kid? You are crazy with gossip. The guy paused, realizing the logic was flawed. I grumbled. Then why'd they do it? A flash hit me. My face changed. He kept arguing. Come on. They know what Liu Jingguo looks like. Can't they see you two look alike? I said slowly. Actually, you have a point. I stood up, grabbed my friend. Let's go see your prison guard, buddy. Why? He was stunned. To test an idea, I said calmly to my wife, mother-in-law, and I sat in the new house. Mom-in-law bowed. Wife was smug. Meeting her on day 7 meant I was caving. It was done. I'll take the blame. My fault. I admit it. I admit it now. Do what you want. I am all ears. She'd planned this, even if I didn't admit it. Forget the baby in her belly. That night, he took photos and videos as proof. Enough evidence. Wife and mom-in-law exchanged glances. She slid over a contract. If you admit it, sign. I looked. Sighed. I guessed her goal, but seeing the contract still got to me. Looking at the words, I scoffed. I won't sign. Her face twisted. You're messing with me. I'll call the cops. Have them arrest you. You beef. Her voice was shrill. I said calmly, fine. Call them. See who they arrest. My attitude surprised her. She asked, what do you mean? I smiled. On our wedding day, you poured me a drink with drugs, right? She panicked. Hangover cure. You'd have been drunk. I sneered. But when I went to the hospital today, the doctor found high levels of testosterone on the canoid in my blood. Her face went pale. She stammered. What's that? Never heard of it. Testosterone on the canoid treats male issues. In large doses, it boosts male performance. Overuse can cause heart problems. You didn't care. She frowned. You took it yourself. What's that got to do with me? I sneered, staring at her. Really? It's a prescription drug? No matter how you bought it, it's traceable. She froze. I continued. But that's not the point. The point is, you drugged me that day. Don't slander me. Her face twisted. I said coldly, call the cops. No, then I will. As I reached for my phone, she stopped me. Don't call, I drugged you. But that was to leave me a memory for our wedding night. Not for you to sleep with my mom. Tell that to the judge. See if he buys it. The wife burst out laughing. Bing Yuan, you forgot one thing. The victim's stance. When my mom stands in court accusing you, will the judge blame the drug or your own intent? He had a point. If the mother-in-law sided with her, I'd likely go to jail. But here's the key. I looked at her. Bei Ningbing, will you testify? She glared at me. Of course, you beast. I want you locked up forever. I raised an eyebrow. Sure, even if it means sacrificing the baby. Before she could speak, I continued. Not a baby yet, just an embryo. Not fully formed, but still a tiny life. A life you gave it. The wife cut me off. Mom, don't listen to him. This child is a bastard. Can't keep it. I smiled. It is a bastard. Born of immorality and scheming. But bastard or not, it's your child. Your only child. Bai Ningbing's face twisted in pain. She turned to her daughter, troubled. Maybe, let's drop it. The wife was stunned, then angry. How can we drop it? Bai put her hands on her belly. I can't give up this baby. What about me? I'm your daughter too. The wife pressed. Don't you see me as your daughter? Bai Ningbing got upset. I raised you since you were little. Of course I see you as my daughter. But I want my own child too. To see them grow up healthy. The wife exploded. So he grows up healthy and I die? Bai Ningbing, are you insane? But then like a split personality. She took a deep breath, composed herself, and smiled at her mother. Mom, after all these years, you don't want me dead, right? This bastard isn't your child. It's just a tool to save your daughter. Bai Ningbing shook her head. You won't die. Life will be harder. But with treatment, it's manageable. We're broke, but we have some money. Listen to me. Live well with Feng Yuan. Pretend this never happened. The wife screamed. Manageable on a catheter at 30. You can live like that, but I can't. I can't. Bai Ningbing was firm. Then have a kid with Feng Yuan. Transplant your own child's kidney. You can get pregnant. Why target my baby? The wife froze before she could argue. Bai Ningbing knelt. Liu Ruyan, let me go. Tears streamed down her face. I was 16 when I got with your dad. At 20, I married him, and he tricked me into donating a kidney. He didn't take care of it. Womanizing every day. It failed in a few years. He came back begging and brought you for me to raise. But I can't help him anymore. No doctor would do the transplant. Then he went down the wrong path. Bought it on the black market. Caught. Died in prison. Company collapsed. I've been paying debts and raising you. Never found another man. Still don't want to. But I want my own child. I am a woman. I want my child safe and healthy. I beg you. I am on my knees. Liu Riyang, spare my child. I've done enough for your family. Liu Riyang. Rose after a long pause. He tore up the agreement. Then broke down crying. I knew my part was done. They can handle the rest. Afterwards, my buddy invited me for drinks. Frowning, he asked if it was what we suspected. I sighed, but didn't answer. He blurted, "Damn, why the hesitation? You're not actually living with those two, are you?" I shot him a look. "Not as dirty as you think." He chuckled. "I wasn't thinking anything dirty, just asking if you're okay with them setting you up." I shook my head. "I'm not. But what can I do?" He snorted. "I see a lomai. You have enough evidence. Confront them. Make them abort. That's key. This scandal alone could backfire on you anytime. Don't forget, the statute is 10 years. I shook my head, raised my glass. Enough talk. Let's drink. Smiling, but sighing inside. The world's a shoddy stage. All because of Yu illness. He has congenital kidney disease. Since 30, he's needed treatment. Or it'll become uremia. Inherited from his dad, who started a pharma company for it. Done it, incurable. No kidney donor in time, so he took risks. Looked directly. Got caught. Died of uremia in prison. Liu Jiangguo died. Company collapsed. But connections remained through relentless effort. They found me. My match with Liu Jiangguo was near perfect. Even looked alike. That's why my buddy thought I was his illegitimate son. A match with listening. Jiangguo was Haya. Liu Ruyan is his daughter. So our match is also Haya Linilai, meaning he could transplant my kidney or have a child with me and use its kidney. But I am a man. I value my kidney. He couldn't control me. He could control his child. But his pregnancy strains his kidneys, and the child might inherit the disease. So the perfect plan. Find a healthy woman loyal to him to have my child, using this as leverage to force me. That's why this drama happened. My brother was right. It really bothered me. Rumors spread, so making binding being abort was the best choice. But I was done dealing with them. 1 month. If they reconciled in that time and decided to keep the baby, I'd force an abortion. But before the month was up, binding being aborted, he asked for money. I knew we set you up, so I didn't deserve it. But Kim Yan was in hospital and needed cash. I couldn't refuse, so I sent some. That night, Liu Ruyan died of heart failure. Binding being aged overnight. When I saw her again, she apologized. After burying Liu Ruyan, chose to settle in a remote village. I'd always planned to enjoy life, but suffer my whole life. That was Binding Bing's last words before leaving. I stood frozen, staring at the bright moon. In life, no one is born to enjoy ease. Looking at the promotion text, fate was fair. A hardship, then a joy.